Hi, this is Betty Williams, and for my different experience, I decided to interview two gay males and talk about their experience as regarding racism and oppression in their daily lives,
Also as an interracial couple.
and also as an interracial couple. So, can you talk about the ways that you guys are affected by racism and oppression?
Yeah, for instance, earlier today, as I'm coming to see you, to get into the building, the UPS guy just let him right on in.
You know, no questions asked. Didn't ask me what apartment number I was going to, what floor. You know, they just assumed that I maybe was like a college kid that lived here or
Now,
something.
let that be me. You be my friend, knowing you've been here before. They're going to start me, asking me where I'm going, what's the bell number, what's the person's name, yada, yada, yada.
That's happened in the past.
That happens every day.
And so you said earlier that these type of experiences affect your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes he'll get a little upset or ask himself, why do I have to go through together? And it's hard. Sometimes I understand what he goes through, but I've never experienced it firsthand, so how can I really know how he feels? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like, see why, like, there's even our parents, as you see, he's all hoodied up and stuff like that.
But still, people treat me like, you know, some sophisticated person.
And just so
that
I
has
won't,
to do with privilege.
yeah,
White privilege.
White
Right.
privilege. And I have to dress a little more casual so they won't look at me as the average black thug, you know what I mean? And that the typical hoodie and Tim's on and treat me the same way, but the color of my skin still brings me that.
Okay. So what about when you're in the club? You were telling me something about in the club.
In the club, I'm known as the little badass, a little hustler, fast talker, this and that and the third. And this poor kid, he's just, my sidekick, and they think that he does the same thing when actually
Yeah, like
Totally
I'm
different.
not into that lifestyle.
I'm
like
from the
just
streets, he's in school.
yeah, and they automatically assume that I'm involved with that type of thing. They're asking me questions that like I wouldn't even expect someone to ask
Instead
me.
of
I'm
asking
sitting
me-
at the bar, just enjoying myself with my boyfriend, and they're,
Thinking he's, from the street life. Instead of asking me if am I from the school life, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's that all about?
just preconceived like perceptions of people.
Okay. So as far as being gay and oppressed, do you feel that you have to change anything about yourself when you're like out in public? Do you feel like you have to hide who you really are in order to avoid discrimination?
Yeah, because sometimes you get caught up in like be saying baby.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm just if there's a bunch of kids around, we're not gonna hold hands and kiss in front of families because some parents don't want to see that. Because some kids don't even understand what that is. They've never been exposed to it. So we got to be respectful and at the same time be comfortable with ourselves and be like true with ourselves, not fake, and act like we're not together sometimes. So. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, we're comfortable with each other. We don't feel like we really are hiding who we are. I think we're just being more presentable in public.
And also just because you're gay, that doesn't mean that all gays are faggot or sorry, not faggot, but feminine or masculine or whatever. Gay is gay,
So what about your families and the interracial relationship? Do you have any problems there? Any things that's like really uncomfortable for you as far as
I haven't met his family. I don't want to meet his family because I'm the black boy. A little
But you
older
just
than
said
him.
you met them.
No, I have not met him,
Oh, okay.
but he met my family.
Yeah.
So it's kind of messed up that we can't be. I don't. I'm not saying I want to meet his family, but it's not. It's kind of messed up that things can't be that way. That he could bring me home to mom and dad. You know what I mean? As comfortable as I could bring him home to mom and dad. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and my parents would be fine with it. My family would be accepting, but I know for him it would be a little different because he had never been with a guy like me. Who, Oh, I don't know who you've been with, but I'm just saying, like, it's definitely a different social class where I'm from than where he's. It's a different neighborhood. People are a product of their environment in some ways. So, my family in Newton are going to be different than his family, wherever they're from.
Right. So do you feel that your family would be accepting of him because
Yes.
he's black?
Yes.
But it's your own uncomfortability in meeting his family that's stopping this?
Most definitely.
The fact
Why?
that he's older, though, is
Oh.
one thing that my
Yeah,
parents...
folks, you might not look it, but he's 20 and I'm 28.
Okay.
That also, he's in school and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
That also goes with he has a full-time job and I don't. So that interacts with everything that goes in our lifestyle and our day-to-day living.
Okay, and your family would probably have some concerns
that'll raise
about
some red
that.
flags.
More
Definitely,
so,
definitely. They
more
say,
so
what does
than-
he do?
Yeah,
What does
more
he do?
so than, you know, what color he is. It's
Yeah.
about where he is in his life.
How does
Yeah.
he get those sneakers?
Your
How does
family
he
know you're
smoke
gay?
those cigarettes?
Yes,
And they are accept.
totally fine with it. They, you know, it's not something they ignore or anything. It's just
Mm-hmm.
something that, you know, they don't look at me gay straight by. They just, you know, I do what I do.
Okay, did your family know you're gay?
Oh yeah, they know I'm gay.
And how
But,
they feel about it? How do you feel about
Well, I love it now. At first, I had some hang-ups about it, but
it? You know, the black community hasn't been too accepting.
they're not too accepting. Especially my dad. Me and my dad were just now. You know, that's a little different conversation. But you know, I feel good about it now. Before I haven't.
Well, my presentation's only 3 to 5 minutes long. I want to thank you guys so much for helping me out. Any last thoughts you might like to give to my class on being gay, being an interracial gay couple?
Color is only skinny deep. You're all black when the lights go out. And wrap it up.
You, Glenn?
I agree with everything he's saying, and although there's a little color difference, it's all good. Like, we still love each other. It really doesn't, all the social crap, it doesn't get in the way with it, you know? Like, we're happy regardless.
Thank you.
Give her an A.